the keys to relationship longevity. And this is confusing for a lot of people, and I understand, but it's really actually pretty basic. There's three major components that go into a successful relationship. Number one is the chemistry. The chemistry is what draws people together, and it makes it easy to be around somebody, and you just feel like you fit with this person and you understand this person, and you just click. And it's really not anything that you can really describe. It just happens, and if something draws you to them and they're drawn to you, that's chemistry. And that's important, because that's the initial thing that gets you together, brings you together. And then there's compatibility. And this is where some people get off the rail. Compatibility is super important. It's like the nucleus of the relationship. It is like the center. It is like everything that you need to grow. Because compatibility is like, same core values, same core beliefs and things. And, there's a bond there. You're compatible. You understand, that each of you is different, but you understand that they are who they are, and you accept who they are, and they accept you as you are, and you just kind of, gel, and you just do well, together. You make a good team. It's not all sunshine and lollipops. It's not all a fairy tale, but at the end of the day, that's your stable place. The third thing is the commitment. Sometimes in a relationship, even if you have a great relationship, there are times that the only thing that really keeps you together is that commitment. And, there's peaks and valleys, highs and lows, and, stresses and things happen, life happens. But those are the three things that a relationship needs to go long. And both people have to be committed, because sometimes commitment's the only thing that keeps people together, and it's short-lived, but at times that's all that they have that's keeping them together. And but they grow from those experiences, and they get better, and that's what happens in a successful relationship. They have all three of those things. It's not just one thing, because chemistry, that doesn't, that's the draw, and that's the click, and that's the, you feel like home, but that's not the ultimate thing that keeps you together. It's the compatibility and the commitment as well. So you need all three things really to have a successful long relationship. If one's missing, it can still work. It may not be, the ideal, but it can still work, and you'll have to work a little bit harder. But those three things are really important in a relationship, especially during difficult times, because the chemistry is great, but let's face it, when things go down and things get bad, that's not going to hold it together. You need that nucleus, the compatibility, and then the commitment on top of it. That's like the cherry on top. So it's like when you are dating somebody, make sure that you are being the authentic you, and make sure that you are compatible. And what that means is that you are like-minded and have the same core values. Otherwise, you're going to have a struggle there. You're going to always be kind of battling. It'll be battle of the wills. It can still work, but it's going to take a lot more work to, everybody says opposites attract. Yes, they do. There's a lot of chemistry there a lot of times, but they don't have the rest of the things that are needed to build a long-term relationship. And there's no exceptions to every rule. I mean, this isn't like it has to be this way for everybody. There are exceptions, and that's great. If you can make it work, great. And if you want to make it work, great. But it's going to be harder if you don't have the compatibility factor, because there's always going to be a power struggle there. There's always going to be a battle of the wills, because you want things one way and they want things another way. If there's compromise, it can work, and understanding and patience, a lot of patience, but every relationship requires patience. But those three things are the keys to longevity for a relationship. And that's the chemistry, compatibility, and commitment. So keep those in mind. Good luck.